So, today we're going to dive into 8 signs of high intelligence. But look, this isn't about bragging rights or anything like that. It's really about understanding yourself a little better. Figuring out why you might sometimes feel a bit out of step with everyone else.
I mean, have you ever been in a room and felt like you're operating on a completely different wavelength? Like you're seeing all these connections and little details that other people just seem to breeze past? And maybe it leaves you feeling kind of isolated? Well, what if that feeling isn't some kind of flaw you need to fix or hide? What if it's actually a sign of a highly intelligent mind just doing its thing? That's the idea we're going to really explore here. Okay, so first up, let's get into your mind's inner workings. We're going to look at how you fundamentally process the world around you, and we'll start with a really common one.
First on the list, and it's a classic that gets such a bad rap, you overthink. So many people see this as just this negative, anxiety-driven habit, but there is so much more going on beneath the surface.
See, this totally flips the script. Your brain isn't just spinning in circles, it's working hard, connecting all these different ideas to build a complete 360-degree view of a situation. It's really a hunt for deeper understanding, not just a source of stress.
And that leads right into our next sign, because it all builds on each other. You notice hidden patterns. You just have this knack for seeing the connections that seem to fly right over most people's heads.
And this skill is just incredibly powerful. It's not just about seeing patterns in numbers or data. It's this deep ability to read between the lines, to really get the subtext and understand the true motivations behind what people are actually saying.
Okay, so that's kind of the internal world. Now, let's shift gears and talk about your place among others, how all this thinking affects the way you relate to the social world out there.
So sign number 3 might sound a little weird in our super-connected, always-on world. You actually enjoy being alone. And the key thing here is that this isn't about being antisocial or feeling lonely. It's a choice. Your own inner world is so rich and interesting that you genuinely need that quiet space to process your thoughts, explore new ideas, and just be with yourself without all the noise.
Next up is a trait that, let's be honest, can sometimes get you into a bit of trouble. You question authority.
But again, it's all about the why. This isn't about being a rebel just for the sake of it. You question things because you're just wired to look for better ways. You see the cracks in a system or a tradition, and you can't help but ask, why are we doing it this way? Could it be better?
And that desire for improvement leads perfectly into our 5th sign. You don't just prefer deep conversations, you crave them, which is why small talk can feel like an absolute chore.
This can be one of the toughest parts, right? You've got this fire, this intense curiosity for big, complex topics, and it can be a real struggle to find people who want to dive into that stuff with you. It's why those surface-level chats can feel so empty.
All right, let's move into our final section, which is all about how you communicate truth. This is about the unique way you share your point of view and your values with the world.
Number 6 is a big one, and it gets misunderstood all the time. You think before you speak. You take that extra beat to really process things before you respond.
You could call this intentional communication. You're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're actually considering the impact your words are going to have. And because of that thoughtful pause, people often mistake it for shyness, when really it's a sign of deliberation and respect.
Okay, sign number 7, this one's an internal one, and it's probably something you aim at yourself more than anyone else. You are self-critical.
But, and this is a huge but, this isn't about hating on yourself. It's about a deep commitment to personal growth. You spend a lot of time reflecting on what you do and think, not to beat yourself up, but because you have this genuine drive to understand yourself and just keep getting better.
In our final sign, well, it might just be the foundation for all the others. It's a core value. You value truth above everything else.
This is so important. Your commitment to honesty, to getting to the truth of things, is just non-negotiable. Even if it makes things awkward, or even if it makes you less popular. For you, being authentic isn't really a choice.
So after all that, what's the big takeaway? Let's just wrap this up with one final thought on how to embrace this way of thinking.
Here's the most important thing to remember. Thinking deeply and seeing the world this way, it's not a burden. It is a rare and incredibly valuable trait, and it's something that should absolutely be protected.
So if any of this, or maybe all of this, sounded familiar, the real question isn't what's wrong with me. No, it's a much more powerful question. How will you protect yours?
How are you going to create the space in your life for this incredible mind to do